Hey everybody, welcome back to Dear Parenting Positively. Today's letter is one that maybe many of us can relate to. I've given it its own title saying, "Why does my child behave well at school but loses it at home?" This is quite common. I hear this a lot. So the letter reads, and I'm reading from my laptop because that's where the letter is. Dear Parenting Positively. My 7-year-old is an angel at school, polite and focused, helpful. But as soon as we get home, it's like a flip switches. There are meltdowns, refusals, and it feels like I get the worst version of my children, and one in particular, my 7-year-old. What am I doing wrong? Great question. So, first of all, you're not doing anything wrong. What you're seeing is something we call safe space behavior. Okay, safe space behavior. Repeat that 10 times fast. Anyway, in Adlerian parenting, we look at the underlying purpose of the behavior. When a child holds it all together at school, does everything well, there's no notes from the teacher, and then they get home and they're just, whoa, they have all this enormous emotional energy to continue to follow the rules and manage transitions and perform appropriately. It's can be quite exhausting for children, particularly nowadays with the attention being on screen time. There's a immediate gratification that they are often looking for. So by the time they get home, the mask falls off, and because home is their safe place, they feel that they can let loose. Not always easy being the parent. It doesn't feel like a compliment to you. You feel like you're doing something wrong, but they trust you enough to be able to unravel in your presence. So that, as hard as it is to deal with, that's actually a positive thing. So the goal here isn't to prevent the unraveling per se. It's to respond to it without taking it personally. So this is very hard. It's very hard for anyone and everyone to not take actions that are happening to you personally. So try saying things like, "It looks like you held a lot in today. I'm here while you let it out." So they know that it's safe. Then offer a regulation tool like coloring or playing quietly or going to read, something that's calm. Or if you want, show them that you can jump up and down, stomping, and get that energy out. A simple connection, if you can hug them, if they're receptive to that, hopefully they are, or reading together, just making that connection is going to start changing how they react when they get home. So this is called co-regulation, and it's a skill that we all need, and we all can use it all throughout our life. So you're not getting the worst of your child, although it may seem that way. You're getting the most real part of them, the one that needs to be seen and calmed, soothed. So if this letter sounds at all familiar, drop me a comment or send in your own story. And if you just want deeper support, I have a guide, Discipline Without Shame, which I will put in a link below. And please send me a letter at Parenting Positively. Also, I will put that in the link below. And just remember, you're not alone, and you're doing better than you think. See you next time.